Welcome, everyone. Let's get started. Great to see everyone here. Hello. So thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. I'm Jen Analik, and I have the honor of directing the Meyer-Gottesman Kol Koleinu Fellowship. I am so inspired by this year's fellows, by the way that they speak up for the things that matter, the way that they share their opinions, even when they disagree with one another. These are skills that I didn't learn until I was much older than them. By the end of tonight, I'm pretty sure that you'll feel inspired too, not just by the fellows as individuals, but by the Jewish feminist community that they've built together. Before I introduce you to the fellows in the fellowship, I want to share a bit about how Kol Koleinu fits into moving traditions as a whole. So in addition to Kol Koleinu, moving traditions partners with 185 Jewish institutions nationally to offer a full suite of programs that embolden Jewish youth to thrive. Can we bring up the PowerPoint so we can see a visual?
Give me a second. I'm so sorry, I was sharing.
Terrific. All right, thanks, Stephanie. So we offer programs in partnership with local synagogues and Hebrew schools, including Bar Mitzvah family education and Kulam for high schoolers. Our teen groups provide circles of support for teens in gender-specific yet inclusive communities, Rosh Chodesh, Shevet, and Selem. And in addition to Kol Koleinu, we offer older teens Kumi, a new program to help teens interrupt racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, and other forms of oppression. We offer culture shift training for Jewish professionals and our Raising Up Teens webinar series for parents, like tomorrow's webinar on the science and power of spirituality for Jewish teens. All of Moving Traditions programs are rooted in these interconnected Jewish values. We firmly believe that when you give a teen confidence in exactly who they are, shleimut, and connect them to caring communities, chesed, they are more prepared to help make the world a better place, tzedek. And you're going to see these outcomes in action tonight. To give you a glimpse into Kol Koleinu, I want to take us back to one of the very first texts that the fellows studied together. The poem We All Stood Together by Merle Feld, which is set at Mount Sinai. The poem, which is an example of midrash, or creative reinterpretation of Torah, was sparked by a conversation between two Jewish feminists who were living in New York City in the 1980s. There was Rachel Adler, who was the wife of an Orthodox rabbi who studied Talmud at the kitchen table and wrote a radical article about the moment that Moses received the 10 Commandments at Mount Sinai. And she quoted in the article a line from Exodus where Moses told the men at Mount Sinai, "Be ready against the third day. Go not near a woman." And Rachel asked, were women present at Sinai? Merle Feld read and studied Rachel's article with a group of feminist friends, and she wrote, "I refuse to entertain the notion that we weren't there. I won't hear of it." And Feld's passion led her to write the poem We All Stood Together, which our fellows studied together. And I'm going to invite one of our fellows, Leah Frankel, to read a couple of excerpts from the poem.
Amazing. Thank you, Jen. I wish I had such a record. of what happened to me there. It seems every time I want to write, I can't. I'm always holding a baby, one of my own or one for a friend. My brother is so sure of what he heard, and after all, he's got a record of it. Consonant after consonant after consonant. If we remembered it together, we could recreate holy time, sparks flying.
Thank you, Leah. Beautiful. So, propelled by Feld's powerful words, the fellows have explored big questions throughout this year. Questions like, what do I do when something's not fair? How do I work with other people to create change and to take care of myself in the process? How do I lift up the voices of others? They experience just how essential community and connection are to creating the change that they want to see in the world. And there is a lot that needs to change. You'll learn tonight about some of the big issues that fellows took on this year, like reproductive rights, anti-Semitism, climate change, period stigma, the list goes on and on. These fellows worked really hard, and we are so proud of them. And in a few moments, I'm going to hand it over to the fellows because I know that you are here to see them and not necessarily me. But first, to give you a taste of some of the types of questions that the fellows have explored this year, to give you an interactive taste, I'm going to invite you to answer a question. We're going to put a link in the chat. So the question is, what word or words come to mind when you think about a Jewish feminist community? You're going to click on that link in the chat and put in your answer. All right, I see some words coming in. I'm just going to share my screen so that we can watch them. I see powerful, strong, supportive, uplifting, bold, communal, welcoming. Let's see if some more are coming in. Needed and powerful in a very good way. Wonderful power. Questioning entrenched systems. Love that one. Justice oriented. Ritual based. Amazing. So we see all the different ways that you all connect to Jewish feminist community and what comes to mind when you think of a Jewish feminist community. And everyone here is playing a crucial role for this community. Fellows, you're sharing the work that you're doing, and the rest of the community, you're here to witness the incredible work that they've been doing this year. And adults in the room, I hope that you're going to come away feeling confident that our world is in good hands. And what I also hope you come away with is the desire to support these young people, because only with a strong intergenerational Jewish feminist community can we together make sparks fly. And speaking of intergenerational Jewish community, I think we have here today, or at least I think we have here today Sally Gottesman and Deborah Meyer, who are Moving Traditions founding chair and CEO, whom the fellowship is named after. Scrolling through, I don't see them yet, even if they're not here. I know I'm pretty sure Sally's here. Even if they're not, I know they're here in spirit. Yeah, we're very glad to have them and all of you here today. And so what's going to happen now is you're going to hear from a few fellows about different pieces of the fellowship. Then we're going to honor our mentors in the room, as well as our returning fellows, our teen leaders. And we're going to have a graduation ritual. And then finally, you're all going to be going into separate breakout rooms to dive even deeper into the specific projects that fellows have worked on and the communities that they've built regionally. So with that, I am honored to hand it over to Lily Katz.
Yeah, my name is Lily Katz. I'm a sophomore and I'm in the New England cohort. And a really big highlight of like my entire year probably was the retreat in Wisconsin. I think part of what made it so special is everyone there was like really dedicated to like having a community of like that was like inclusive and open. And so everyone really like made that a priority. There were no like cliques that formed. Everyone was like really close and everyone wanted to engage in positive like discussions about feminism. And sometimes people were able to like disagree with each other in a really empowering way. And I was able to learn so much. It's really powerful to hear people talk about like what it means to be a Jewish feminist, especially in other parts of the country. And yeah, it was just one of the more positive Jewish community experiences I've had.
Thank you so much, Lily. So now I'd love to invite Rosie Smith to talk about her experience with her mentor.
Hi, I'm Rosie. Can you guys mute? Sorry, I'm getting some feedback loop. I'm Rosie and I'm speaking on the behalf of me and Lucy about our mentor. Lucy couldn't make it today, but we're gonna shine a light on our project mentor, Ellie Goldstein. Lucy and I, with the guidance and support of Ellie, researched and organized a resource sheet of different methods of birth control for the purpose of informing teens in a concise and understandable way of different birth control methods. And having Ellie as a supporter was an invaluable part of creating this successful project with Lucy. The guidance and the support and encouragement Ellie gave us helped us to feel confident in ourselves and our project and helped us improve in areas of weakness. We are both thankful to Ellie and for Kol Koleinu for giving members of Kol mentors that act as a sort of sounding board and that are passionate and informed about ideas that Kol Koleinu members are invested in. Ellie's expertise in sex education, especially in educating younger generations, really helped Lucy and I craft our project so that it would be digestible and accessible for teens. So thank you to Ellie and Kol Koleinu and Lucy. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie and Ellie. So before I talk about our mentors, I'd love for everybody to put into the chat the name of a mentor or somebody that helped them to grow. Just put their first name and maybe a couple of words about how they helped you to grow. Wonderful. Kendra pushed Kim to keep learning and growing in her learning. Evie challenged Paige to speak up in her first job. Amazing. Cynthia is a role model. Haley is supportive and helped Nadine grow. Amazing. Keep putting those in because I want us to not only honor the mentors who worked on Kol Koleinu, but also honor mentors that helped us all to get to this moment. Yeah. So, but back to Kol Koleinu, we have 24 mentors who helped support our fellows, who challenged them, who encouraged them through the conception, development, and launch of their social change projects. Our mentors are educators, psychologists, lawyers, social workers, organizers, coaches, nonprofit founders, Jewish professionals, and more. and we appreciate their time and effort so much. And just wanted to share even some more words. I know that some of our fellows are putting in really kind words about all of our mentors in the chat. And here are a few more words that have been used to describe our mentors. We're so, so grateful for all of the mentors in the room. Thank you, mentors. And next, I want to thank some folks that also helped mentor me, and those are the returning fellows. They are 9 fellows who returned for a second year and took on additional leadership in the fellowship. They supported their peers, they led programs, they helped me to think through how things were going in the fellowship and what we needed to tweak. And they weren't afraid to tell me when things weren't working and to help strategize ways to make it better. I have learned so much from them, and I'm so proud of the ways that I've seen them each grow as leaders, as activists, as feminists, as humans this year. And their names are Noah, Hillel, Aviva, Leah, Maya, Alex, Rachel, Nadine, and Hannah. Thank you all. And it's my pleasure now to introduce Aviva to talk about what it was like to be a returning fellow.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Jen. My name is Aviva. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a returning fellow this year. I joined the Kol Koleinu Fellowship last year, and I had the best experience with the leaders, the other fellows, my mentor, and the entire community itself. I felt more connected to Judaism and feminism than I ever had before. And when the time came that the year was ending, I knew I wasn't quite ready to part ways with Kol Koleinu just yet, so I applied to be a returning fellow. To understand what we do as returning fellows, you can think of us as teen leaders. There are 2 to 3 of us in each of the 4 cohorts, and we help lead different pieces of our monthly calls and programming alongside our wonderful adult cohort leaders. And we also meet once a month with Jen and all of the returning fellows to talk about ways that we can improve the fellowship, new ideas we have, and anything else that we feel we want to talk about during that time. This is a time where Jen gives us the floor. She writes this amazing curriculum, but she allows us to make any changes that we feel necessary. We talk about things that we could tweak just a little bit or even big changes, and she is extremely receptive. Having already experienced the fellowship one time, we know what we want to change, and we know what would make this fellowship even more meaningful, even if that's possible. And we do all of this while also participating in the fellowship, learning alongside the fellows, and completing a social change project. I have loved being a returning fellow because it's a great leadership opportunity within this incredible fellowship that we're all already familiar with. I feel sad that the fellowship is ending for me and most of us, but I feel satisfied and extremely grateful to have gotten to experience this fellowship for 2 years. And I know that I have tools in my back pocket that I've gained from this fellowship that will stay with me forever. And I'm so excited for the next group of fellows, and I can't wait to hear about the projects that they create. And I want to thank Jen for being such a great role model and consistently receptive. And she always just gives us the floor and lets us say whatever we need to say and do whatever we need to do. And she highlights teens more than any adult I've ever known. And she honestly makes us feel so important, which is something that a lot of adults don't consider or take for granted, and she really makes us feel powerful, and I have to thank Jen for that. I would also like to thank Paige, who was my cohort leader last year, and Kim, who is my cohort leader this year. Both of you have been so incredibly impactful to me in my activism and Jewish identity, and of course to all the fellows and the leaders. This has been such an incredible fellowship, and to the returning fellows who are going to be returning fellows next year, think of this as an opportunity to mold Kol Koleinu into whatever you think it could become, because this is the time where you get to do that. This fellowship is for teens and by teens. So that's, that's a little bit about returning fellows. So thank you.
Aviva, thank you so much. And it's wonderful to see you again after a year of not seeing you. I'm Rabbi Tamara Cohen, and I'm proud to be one of the co-founders of Kol Koleinu. And it's my honor to take part in tonight, and particularly right now to introduce those cohort leaders who have given so much of themselves over this year to help make the fellowship all that it was, in addition to all the folks that you've already met tonight. So I'm going to take a moment to name each cohort leader and have you join me in recognizing them for all they've given. First is Brooke Botnick, who led the West Coast cohort. Thank you so much, Brooke. Paige Goldmarsh, a dear colleague who led the Mid-Atlantic cohort and has helped with many other things in Kol Koleinu this year. Kim Rosenthal, who led the Midwest cohort, come onto stage, and who I so enjoyed working with on some of the retreat sessions. And Dana Edel, a longtime collaborator with Moving Traditions, who led the New England cohort. Here they are. And we're grateful to each of you in your places for the work that you did with your particular cohort. So parents and guests, and now's the moment. Each of the cohort leaders is going to share the names of the fellows in their cohort. And as they do so, you're going to start to get excited when you hear the name of the teen you are specifically here for. We're going to hold our clapping. Now, of course, you can clap where you are, and then we'll clap all together for everyone. At the end, we'll unmute and have some just really great applause and appreciation. So here we go. Let's hear the name, starting with the Western cohort. Brooke, take it away.
Hey, so unfortunately not everyone could be here today, but I know they're here in spirit. We are so proud of Alexandra Nelson, Maya Wint, Esme Goldman, Lucy Guinness, Dara Greenberg, Rachel Zaki, and Isabella Lehman.
Okay, Mazel Tov to the Midwest cohort, Rosalie Smith, Talia Polish, Aaliyah Goldstein. Oh, it went away. Nina McNay, Eliana Dusing, Luciana Gunderson, Brooke Walensky, Sophia Bilu, Lillian Berger, Rachel Pensner, Aviva Mitchell, Leah Frankel, and Hannah Stone.
Mazel tov to the Mid-Atlantic cohort, Serena Harris, Rosie Ackerman, Julia Levin, Catriella Nelkin, a mind of its own, Ari Merrill, Amelia Metz, Cameron Weissmer, Riley Dowell, Frida Velasco, Emily Levine, Halali Abrams Gerber, and Noah Glazer. I love working with you all.
Mazel tov to my amazing New England cohort, Talia Gordon-Wexler, Sadie Cohen, Serena Vanderhulst, Inessa Berman, Sophie Finkelstein, Lily Katz, Alyssa Feinberg, Sylvie Simmons, Sarah Feinberg, Hannah Cohen, Nadine Katz, and Hannah Fremer.
Okay, now we can all clap, unmute, and make some noise for all of the fellows.
Woo!
This year,
Mazel tov.
2022,
Mazel tov.
2023 Meyer-Gottesman Kol Koleinu fellows who have officially completed their fellowship year. Mazel tov. So I'm just going to share a few more words for you families and really for you fellows on this evening, which is Rosh Chodesh Sivan, the beginning of the month of Sivan, as we are getting close to the holiday of Shavuot. And in this last week of counting the Omer, which is the week of Malchut, which is defined as majesty, but it's also really an internal kind of leadership, the kind of leadership and risk-taking that Queen Esther is able to embody in that moment before she takes fate into her hands and risks everything on behalf of her people. That's the week in which you're becoming officially graduates of this fellowship. And I just want to recognize that all of you have taken a lot of steps on your journey into that kind of leadership. And I'm so grateful for it because clearly our world needs you. And I know that you've done a lot of work on also how to care for yourselves and for one another, because this is the long haul. The kind of change that you envision, that you have started to think about your role in, is ongoing work. And it will need both your sacred rest and your sacred support of one another, your ongoing reaching out to one another, to your mentors, to your cohort leaders, to us, and our ongoing work together. We're taught, according to tradition, that when one person engages in Torah, the divine presence, the Shekhinah, she rests with her. But something more happens when there's a group, when there's two, which we traditionally call a chavruta, and then even more when there's 10, when there's a minyan. That's really when we get that extra infusion of what we can call the Shekhinah, or we can call the power that connects us to life and to being. And it's really not that long in Jewish history that a group of 10 together was considered a minyan, even if that group was all women or was women and non-binary people. And it's worth taking a moment to just recognize that we're still in the course of history at the beginning of that transformation, and of bringing different kinds of insights and energy into our people and into the world, thanks to all of you. Kol Koleinu, as you know, means all of our voices. And it's a recognition that our voice together is more powerful when it's a collective voice that the world needs. We older folks need, because you give us hope, and you all need together. And this year on our sweatshirt, which you see behind me, we use the thanks to, in part, the returning fellows, we use the language, raise your voice. And I just want to bless you with the ability to continue to raise your voices, to figure out what it is that needs to be said, and to say it strongly with one another, and to know that when you need to take a break, there will be others who are raising their voices with you, building up the minyan of change makers that's becoming the seeds of a very powerful movement. And so I'd like to invite us now. We're going to say the words of the Shehecheyanu, the traditional prayer for reaching a special moment, a special time. And of course, we're going to, in a moment, you'll see it on the screen. You're going to see that there are a lot of different ways that we can say this prayer. Because we are still in a moment of experimenting and finding different ways to express ourselves, not just in English, but also in Hebrew, a traditionally gendered language, for reaching this moment. So I invite you to say any version of this, and it will be like holy sparks flying, like Jen said about the poem, all of our different words together. Feel free to unmute if you would like, and just appreciate the cacophony of it. Brucha atya Eloheinu ruach haolam shehechayatnu v'kiyamanu v'higyanu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, source of all life, for giving us life, for sustaining us, for helping us sustain the teens in our lives, and for enabling us all to reach this season of celebration, of completion of this part of our journey. And let us say, Amen. Mazel tov to all of you, to parents, to mentors, and to fellows.
Amen. Thank you, Rabbi Tamara, and Mazel Tov to fellows. So excited for you and proud of you. So in a little bit, we're going to go into breakout rooms, but first, it's my pleasure to introduce Noah Glazer, who's going to be sharing some really exciting teen-led initiatives.
Hi, everyone. My name is Noah Glazer, and I am a returning fellow in the Mid-Atlantic cohort and the founder of the Moving Traditions Teen Board. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Jen, Tamara, and my mentor, Mike, for helping found this board with me. And I am so honored to share with you the board's 5 annual initiatives. We began our term with reviewing about 5 months of Kol Koleinu curriculum, which we later synthesized into a recommendation report, and then created a website for resources to be used in the coming years of the fellowship. Second, we developed a curriculum on civil disagreement to be implemented in the B-Mitzvah programs next year. Third, we are becoming teen ambassadors to the Moving Traditions Board, and with that, working to bring the teen perspective into Moving Traditions administration. Fourth, we are running a seminar to commemorate the 1-year anniversary of the overturning of Roe v. Wade. We will have 6 speakers who will examine reproductive rights through religious, medical, and legal lenses. And if you are interested in that, please go to the Moving Traditions website and Instagram and register there. And if this is sounding interesting to you, make sure to keep your eyes open for applications to next year's board, which are opening this summer. And now I'm going to hand it off to Nadine Katz, one of our board members who has worked so hard to bring this amazing opportunity to you all today and to discuss our 5th and final initiative.
Thank you, Noah. Hi, as Noah already introduced me, my name is Nadine Katz, and I'm one of the board members of the Moving Traditions Teen Board. As Noah mentioned, I'm about to introduce the 5th annual initiative of the year, which is the Alumni Network. So it is our sincerest hope that you, as alumni fellows, can use this as a resource, and that you can use this as a resource for the following generations of fellows. We are all so lucky to be a part of this wonderful community that Kol Koleinu builds and has provided us with. And this network will help enrich and strengthen the bonds between its members. Also, this is a great chance for you all to get a head start on making LinkedIn profiles and opening yourself up to the opportunities that LinkedIn has to offer you in your social, change, and academic journeys. So please turn your attention to the QR code on your screens and scan to join the network. Also, be sure to fill out, once you join the network, to fill out our welcome form. We are so excited to see you guys connect and what has to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nadine, and thank you, Noah. I'm going to keep this up just for a moment so that folks can, so that fellows can scan the screen. We're really excited about this this launch of our alumni network, as well as the other incredible initiatives that Noah outlined. I'm going to stop sharing for now. But we'll also make sure to share the link to anyone who didn't get a chance to get in, or and also to any fellows who aren't here tonight. Great. So this is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi Tamara. So now what's going to happen is that we're going to divide up into our regional groups. So the fellows this year, they, we are together a national fellowship, but the fellows created communities in their regional cohorts. This will be a chance for you to get to know those cohort communities and see the change that the fellows created together, and to see and hear about the ways that they've grown and learned from one another. So we're gonna be opening up choose your own breakout rooms. And we're gonna be putting up also a slide on the screen so that you can see which states are represented in each of the breakout rooms. So what you'll be able to do is, looks like, Paige, why don't we open the breakout rooms so that folks can start joining. Oh, okay. So you can go down to the breakout rooms at the bottom of your screen. There should be an option to join, and click, you're going to scroll all the way down and hit join next to the breakout room that you would like to join. So we have West Coast, New England, Mid-Atlantic, and Midwest. And we can also help anybody who is having trouble getting into the rooms.
Sorry, could you just put me in the West Coast?
Sure.
Thank you.
Does anybody else need help?
Yes, we'd like to be in the Midwest.
Just tell me who's speaking and then I'll.
Arlene Rockland.
Okay, Arlene. Got it.
Thank you.
You need help getting into a room, you can also type in the chat what room you would like to go to, and then one of us can place you there. That might be easier. Or feel free to call out your name and where you'd like to go.
Arthur, can I help you? Let's see. All right, Patricia. Evelyn, can we help you? You're muted though.
Mid-Atlantic.
Okay.
Sally, where would you like to go?
Maybe I should go to Midwest. I actually know somebody in the Midwest. I don't care. I go to Midwest or Mid-Atlantic. I don't care. What are they doing? They're talking about their stuff?
Yeah. Yep.
Any of them. I don't care.
Great.
All right, and I'm going to put Patricia, and she's Hallel's grandmother. So that's Mid-Atlantic, right?
Yes. And Beth should go, let's see, to West Coast. And Lindsay should also go to West Coast.
Hi, Patricia. It's so good to see you. You're muted, but it's great. It's great to see you. I put half of you into Hallel's group, but you're on the two devices.
All right, everyone's assigned. So just the rest is up to them and their computers, I suppose.
Knowing how to just say yes to where they're assigned.
Exactly.
She
I'm
doesn't-
gonna
yeah.
hop into one of the groups to start hearing about the fellows.
Yeah, I will too. I can go into a group and then I just need to be here at the end, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the West Coast is probably going to be the shortest.
Okay. You did a beautiful job.
You want me to go into a particular group? Like, is there anything that you think, like a bigger one that you want more support in? Or is it not major?
I think they're probably maybe we should spread out. So I was thinking about going to Midwest.
Okay. Where are you gonna go, Steph?
I'll go to New England, I guess.
Okay. Hi, Arthur. Can I help you?
Yes, can you put me in the Midwest room?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Sure. Just find you and put you there. Hello. You hanging out here? Hi, Stacy. Hi, hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Tamara.
Hi.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, it's really moving.
It was wonderful. You know, I looked into the faces of these kids and I could see myself from the 60s, from the 70s, and wondering, you know, where was Jewish feminism? Where was it going to take me? And to see these kids, inspiring.
Yeah.
A privilege, really a joy. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for being part of this.
Yeah.
We're so happy that you were a mentor, Cynthia.
Thank you. Thank you. I bid you good night and keep this work going. It's more important than I can even find words to express. It really is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was so special to see, like, to have been part of the fall retreat and get to know most of them and then see the projects that they did. And it was very special. It was special for me.
That's great. That's great.
And where can I get one of those sweatshirts?
Oh, I'm gonna see who this is. Coming in. Anna. Just wait a little bit longer, I think. And you're gonna get one. I'm gonna go check out Midwest for a minute.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop into the other one, Mid-Atlantic.
To both of you.
Thank you.
Hopefully I'll see you soon, Jen. I never see you.
Yeah, I know. I hope so too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop into Mid-Atlantic to see what they're doing. It's so nice to see you.
Yeah.
Hello. Just here to say thank you and answer any questions if anyone has. Hi. So this is just an opportunity for parents and family members who have been supporting your teens over the year. If you to connect with one another for a moment, share anything, ask any questions. We're so grateful for you being here and supporting your teens. And I'm gonna some more folks. Do people want to just introduce yourself and say where you are? Well, I'm Rabbi Tamara Cohen. I've been with Moving Traditions for pretty much 9 years. Kol Koleinu is one of the pieces of Moving Traditions that has that I am really proud of and happy to talk with you about. If you have any questions, love to know where you're calling in from, how your experience was as a parent of a Kol Koleinu fellow.
I'm Lisa Green, my daughter Talia, I should say our daughter, her dad's on as well, in the Midwest group, and just really fabulous to see what the teens were inspired to do and challenged to learn. And for me, an incredible high to like sit down in an evening and discuss Jewish texts on abortion. I do some of this for a living, and to get to do this with our daughter was pretty amazing, and hear her find her voice. So thank you for this gift.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We know it takes all of us. Who else wants to share? Hi, Kim.
Hi, I'm Josh Pensner. I'm Rachel's dad, representing North Carolina in the Midwest region. So thank you for welcoming us to that region. It was an unbelievable, incredible experience for us as parents to watch Rachel grow and be challenged and to learn and just expand her own experience with other Jewish teens. Just a really, really great, particularly in a place where there aren't as many Jewish people as there are in other places, and perhaps in the New England region, for example.
Yeah, we're so happy. We look forward to having a North Carolina
exactly
one of these days. Yeah.
So we're really grateful for this opportunity. Again, just as parents, we got to be Kol Koleinu adjacent. So thank you.
That's great. I love to hear how it impacts families, both in the pride and in the conversations around the table. As a parent of a teen too, I know that that's a precious thing and not to be taken for granted. Sally, do you want to say something?
Just want to say, as the Gottesman in the Gottesman Meyer Kol Koleinu Fellowship, I just really want to thank all of the parents for helping their teens be a part of this. I mean, I was the co-founder with the Meyer of Moving Traditions, I think close to 20 years ago. And we didn't even dream of this fellowship back then. So it's really so wonderful that your kids are in this and that it exists. I really want to thank Tamara and all the people who lead this, but really it's amazing. So anyway, I wanted there to be a next generation of kids, and I see it. So it's such a pleasure to be able to watch this tonight.
Thank you, Sally, for being here, for the ongoing support, and for recognizing the parents. As a parent too, who knows that sometimes we can get our kids to follow in our footsteps, and sometimes we can't. So it's just really exciting to know that there are future generations, current generations of Jewish feminists figuring out what it means.
Thank you, Sally, for the vision and all that you've made happen, as being one piece of it.
I think we can add, my name is Seth, and
Jesse.
Jesse Frankel, Leah Frankel's parents in Boulder, Colorado.
We're
And
the mountain contingency of the Midwest.
everyone was gravitationally pulled to the Midwest, it seems.
Yes.
So this was Leah's second year, and Leah's off to college next year. And I think that one of the things that has been particularly noticeable is over these last 2 years, as she's getting ready to walk out the door into her next journey, the articulation and the ability to see things from these kinds of perspectives has been really powerful for her. And I think it matched very well for her own growth in terms of her process of getting ready to depart into a degree of independence that is new to her.
Thank you. That's great to hear too. I to get to see the 2 years.
Thank you, Kim, Jen, and Paige, for all of your guidance and wonderful mentorship. I've heard many positive things over the last 2 years, so thank you. It's meant a lot.
It's been our pleasure, and it's so great to see Leah grow over the years.
And yes, we stretch the boundaries of what Midwest or Mid-Atlantic are in order to, and that's the work, some of the work that Paige and Jen really do, along with others, of putting together the cohorts, right? But tell your friends, and then we can grow, we can grow the South and the actual Midwest. Chandra, I see your hand up.
I just wanted to agree with the Frankels. I'm Aviva's mom, watching Aviva just gain so much confidence in her beliefs, but in connecting that also to her Judaism, I feel like she is so much more confident as a speaker, and like the Frankels said, able to articulate so much better, or I don't know if better is the right word, just more. And I'm really grateful for her to have this experience. I feel really happy for her that she was able to do this and just connect with all these amazing people and mentors and leaders to look up to and have, as guides too. I just really appreciate everything you guys are doing. It's really amazing.
Thank you so much. We appreciate her and you. I think the more that we hear and all of us read about, self-esteem and mental health challenges, we know that we don't take this for granted. And there's something that adults can do, but there's also something that the community of teens do for each other that is extremely powerful and needed. Yeah. Anyone else want to jump in? It's great to hear from you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hi, neighbor.
Good neighbor. This been a really extraordinary experience for Rosie. And I think one of the things that has been so important about it has been for her to be able to be part of a community of peers where she really feels welcomed and valued and accepted across the board. Very much an antidote to some of her high school experience, and we're really grateful to you guys for helping to make this happen.
Thank you for lifting up that piece of belonging.
Hi, I'm Liz. My daughter is Lillian. We are also in the Midwest cohort. We're in North Carolina, all the way at the coast in a very small Jewish community. We're not from here. I'm actually originally from Detroit. So I love that Lillian ended up in the Midwest. It felt at home to me. And I mean, what I want to say is similar to what other parents have been saying, but the reason when I found out about the program in the first place that I encouraged Lillian to apply was just so she would know there was other like-minded people out there. She might not see them every day also at her school or in her environment, but that just to have that hope and know that there's other people that care about the things that she cares about. And quite frankly, just that there's other people that care, period, right? That are passionate about their interests and doing hard work and pushing themselves and maybe, you know, spending time on a Zoom instead of whatever else you could be doing with your friends, that just there's people that are willing to make the commitment and do the hard work and care. And I think the program exceeded that for us. And I think that was really important experience for her. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Deborah.
I'm Doug.
And we're Aaliyah's parents. And we're from Indiana, which is actually in the Midwest.
Purely, fully Midwest.
And I think we'd really just echo, you know, what others have said. But I think, you know, I think striking maybe that so many of us from the Midwest or the expanded Midwest are on this, because I think that bringing together all these disparate people, many of whom are growing up with not very many Jews around, it's just amazing. So thank you for doing that and creating that space and doing the outreach so that people throughout this varied region know about it. So we really appreciate it.
And I would also just like to, for more selfish reasons, thank you for having a final presentation in which the girls were able to articulate what they're doing. We did not hear about this over the dinner table. And if it weren't for tonight, I actually would have had very, very little idea about my daughter and her friends' pretty awesome project. So there she is. So it was nice to kind of have a forced opportunity for us to learn what they'd been up to. So thank you. And it was really a great program.
I love that. And the mentoring was really great. I mean, like the things that I encouraged them to reach out and do, it's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you both. Thank you for being here. It is really extra moving to hear from people who are outside of the major centers of Jewish life, because it means a lot to us. And I know it means a lot to your teens to find each other and to know that they're not the only one, and to build that community. It's one of the things that's been really powerful for me over the years, and meeting them and in reading the applications and in realizing the kind of community we're able to help create. So I just want to offer also just a blessing of strength and support, especially to parents whose kids are about to transition to the next part post high school. For the letting go and the holding on, and to as much gratitude as you just shared with us, which we're so grateful for, and I share to the cohort leaders, also to you, because it's ongoing daily work, and sometimes we know what they're doing and we know how it's working, and sometimes we don't. So I hope this evening, as you move off the Zoom, and before you go to sleep, just have a sense of gratitude for your own kids, and for all those who have helped you in the moments where being a parent hasn't been easy over these past years and in general. So thanks for the work you're doing. And as we say, go from strength to strength.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone. We hope to stay connected. And if you have younger teens in your life, send them our way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.